Next, we're gonna be doing rosemary chicken. Rosemary garlic chicken is one of my favorite chicken dishes. It's really intense in freshness and flavor. And today I'm gonna show you how to marinate it, and tomorrow we will be baking it. So we will start with a bunch of rosemary that I have picked and cleaned and took out of the stem. Now the amount depends on the size of the chicken that you're doing. I like intense flavor, so I use a little bit more than the usual, but it all depends on your taste and how you like it. So I have here about a quarter of a cup of rosemary that I'm gonna chop so I can release the oils from the rosemary itself, and it can flavor my chicken as I marinate it. So I just roughly chop it. It's not really important to chop really fine, because that's not the intention. The intention is just releasing the oils from it. So here you go. I show you. This is roughly chopped rosemary. Into this, I will add a teaspoon of salt, and you can use more. I actually will use a teaspoon and a quarter because it's a whole chicken that I'm doing. The chicken I'm using is small relatively, but if you're using more, then use more. I will also put some black pepper to taste, about quarter of a teaspoon. Into this I will crush fresh garlic, and I use my very convenient garlic press. So I have here 4 garlic cloves, and again, it's a matter of taste. You can use even more. You can make it 30 cloves of garlic. But I think 4 cloves is really nice and flavorful. It's enough for the size of chicken I'm using. So make sure to get all the garlic you have left over here. And into this I will add a juice of lemon or 2, about quarter of a cup I would do. Into this I will also add olive oil, about quarter of a cup. So about this much. Mix really well. And this concoction, which I'm going to show you right here, I will add to my chicken, which I have washed with some vinegar, butterflied, and I have it right here. I will just take this and rub it, massage the chicken with this rub. Make sure to get into every part of that chicken. Both sides. Okay, and this I will cover and put it in the fridge for at least 4 hours or overnight. So in this situation, I will be covering it, and I'll show you what's gonna happen tomorrow when I'm gonna bake it. I'll do also together with it really nice, delicious roasted potatoes. You're gonna be falling in love with this very simple and very satisfying dish. We are the next day. It's a little chilly today, so it's gonna be a perfect dish to warm up the house with the oven on and the flavors and the smells coming out. Anyways, we have the chicken that has been marinating since yesterday. What I'm gonna do today is add the potatoes that I promised to the dish and then roast it and show you exactly how it's gonna be and taste the delicious end result that we're gonna have. I have here peeled and washed potatoes. I cut them into cubes. Into this I will add some salt, about a teaspoon or 3/4 depending on the amount. I will also add some fresh ground black pepper. And some olive oil so they can roast really well. About 1/4 of a cup or 3 tablespoons. I will also add some lemon juice. I think that brings out a lot of good flavor and combines you know, the chicken with the potatoes. So about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice into the potatoes. It gives it freshness. Now into this, if you want a little bit more color, you can add paprika, or my family like not only color but also some heat, and this is optional. I have Aleppo peppers. I will show you. They're really smelling very floral and fresh. They have some heat into them, so I'm gonna add just a little bit of that. Mix it, and I have this roasting pan that I put a couple of rosemary in it. I will add the potatoes. Oh, I have one that is not cut. You always have the one that you missed, right? There we go. I will put the potatoes in the pot, and those are gonna hold the chicken up on top of them. So there is air that goes around the chicken and it cooks it up and down. It's even cooking and really good roasting method. I will add my ingredient, which I really love in this dish, but this is optional. It's up to you. I like some kalamata olives. Kalamata and rosemary with the potatoes and chicken, they go really, really well. So I have about half a cup over here. I'm not gonna add them all. I will put just a couple of handfuls, and then I will take the chicken and I will chop the potatoes with it, and then I will make sure that all the marinade or the juices that the chicken was sitting in overnight are in the pot too. So this is gonna go into a preheated oven of 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna cover it with foil and cook it for about an hour or 45 minutes depending on the size of the chicken. I like my chicken to be meat off the bone kind of cooked. But it's up to you. And then at the last like 10-15 minutes I will take off the foil to just make sure that it browns and gets golden the way I like it. We'll see you when it's baked. Here is the roasted rosemary chicken after it has been baked. Let's have a taste. The chicken has finished. I wish you were here to smell the beautiful very fall-like smells that are going on in my house. I roasted it for about 20 minutes before covering, in 400 degrees oven, preheated oven. Then I covered it for about 50 minutes, and then I uncovered for 15 more minutes, and it was perfectly roasted. When I took it out, I poured a tiny bit of warm water to deglaze the pan, and I put it back in the oven for 5 more minutes for those to just lift up whatever is stuck at the bottom of the pan, and that will make a richer sauce. I took it out and I dished myself part. I just want to show you how tender the chicken meat is. I can pull it out with the fork. It's delicious, very, very flavorful, absolutely great. I would add a tiny bit more salt into mine, but it is just perfectly cooked and spiced. The potatoes, they are also roasted on the sides, on the outside, and very tender and mashed like texture at the inside, and they are equally delicious. So make it. It's the season for those flavors and beautiful aromas. Enjoy.